Hello, this is a demonstration of how to use an iPad and an Apple Pencil to mark up student submissions that are uploaded to Moodle. Now I'm using an iPad Pro and the second generation Apple Pencil, so it might be a little bit different on your device combinations, but this is the basic run through, and then there might be some troubleshooting, which SETC folks are happy to try to work with you to figure out. So I am just opening Moodle on Chrome browser on my iPad. So here's the basic process. I've set up the settings so that this assignment will allow me to upload feedback. In order to do that, when you're in the assignment, you're going to click on the blue gear. You're going to edit settings. And what you're going to try to go down to is feedback types. Well, first of all, you want your students to be uploading file submissions, and it's okay if the ones I'm doing for the sample are PDFs and image files, JPEG, or maybe they might be PNG files. But the tricky thing is here in feedback types, you want to make sure that you've checked feedback files. So make sure that feedback files is checked, and that will allow you to upload a zip folder that has marked student submissions back into the assignment, and it will map to student work. So once you've set that, you can save and display. Now for this purposes of this demonstration, I've uploaded some student work, PDFs, and image files. So you go to View All Submissions, and under Grading Action, you choose Download All Submissions. Now, I have enabled my iPad to save to downloads. So I'm just going to click on Download. It's going to download that folder with all of those student submissions. And I'm going to open in Downloads. So I actually have an old one here. I'm going to just delete that really quickly so we don't get confused. This was from a different one. So you can see that once I download it, it's come here, and the trick is to click on Browse, not on Recents down here at the bottom. So under Browse, I see the zip folder. If I tap it, it opens. If I tap the blue folder, all of the student submissions become visible. Now I'm just going to use the native app here, the native function on my iPad to mark these up. So the tricky thing for me is I have to tap and hold the submission in order to choose markup. Otherwise, it opens in a web tab, which is super annoying. So tap and hold, and then you can press markup. Now, you can see as long as the little pencil in the circle at the very top right corner is blue, I can mark any way I want. I can write, I can do arrows, I can do anything I would do with a pen. When I'm done, I don't have to save or do anything. All I have to do is say done. And now you can just barely see there are marks on that student submission. So I can do the same thing, markup. Let's change to a different color that's going to show up better. Just so we can clearly see that when we're doing preview, save. Whenever you're done, you just say done. You don't have to say save. Press and hold, markup. Forgive me while I just do all of these so that I can upload the whole batch all at once. Tap and hold, markup. Make all the marks you like. Done. And you can scroll down. I'll actually go back to another one here. This one's short, so it doesn't matter. But something that I had to test was, say for example, if we're looking at this one, the trick is you want to use 2 fingers to push it up. Otherwise, your iPad will read your finger as a stylus. So to look at successive or the rest of an image, you'll use 2 fingers to slide it up. That was a trick. Okay, so now that I've marked all of these, I just tap on Chrome because it downloaded from Chrome. So up in the top left corner of this right panel, click Chrome. And I'm going to delete that first zip folder just so I don't get confused later. And then I'm just going to tap and hold the blue folder that now has those marked student submissions, and I'm going to choose Compress, the second one up from the bottom. And now it made a zip file of those same exact files, but with my marks on them. So now that I have that zip folder, I can go back to Moodle, go back to that assignment, I'm going to go back to view all submissions. That's the magical button there, view all submissions. And under grading action, I'm going to choose upload multiple feedback files in a zip. Okay, I will just go to choose a file, choose file, browse, and there are the files I was just working with. It's this new zip file. It might be a good idea to note the size, the file size, because that's a good way to identify that you're actually looking at the one you've edited. It'll be bigger. So if I just tap that, tap this one, and then it will upload. Now I can see that zip file is attached. I say upload this file. It takes a little bit because those files are larger now. And there it's showing up. I'll go ahead and say import feedback files. And now you can say it's a confirmation screen. These are all considered new feedback files because we've made marks on them. I say confirm, and it updated all of those. I'll say continue. And now, I'm going to collapse the left panel. If I move to the right, you can see that there's a feedback file attached for each of those students. So the basic process is download the zip file, open them up, just use the native markup feature, make your marks, and then compress that zip folder with your marks on it, and then you can upload it as a zip file back here, and it will map back to student submissions. So a few other faculty, Ian Bessie in math, at the very least, has been using this approach and has found it to be much smoother than trying to grade using the assignment tool markup feature. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to Setzi, to me, Robbie, POCR@pacificu.edu, or just anybody at Setzi. We're happy to walk through this with you in real time, or to talk with you to troubleshoot other ways to try to make your markup grading goes more smoothly.